Hey, this is Gary Berger of Berger Law. I'm here with two of my favorite clients, Sheronica and Chris Smith. Thanks for doing this video with us.
Not a problem. It's our pleasure, actually. We want to thank you guys from the bottom of our hearts, because if it wasn't for you guys, we would have given up a long time ago. You guys fought when we didn't even have a fight to fight. So from the bottom of our hearts, we appreciate the family of Berger Law.
Thank you, Gary.
Thank you, Sheronica. Thank you, Chris. So this is really quite a story. So this is the second. You guys are here picking up your settlement checks.
Yes.
This is the second round we've done it.
Yes.
This is a case where Chris was rear-ended. Sheronica was in the car. Chris came from nothing. He has Gateway Security, a phenomenal security company in the region, so they didn't know. The guy didn't know who he was messing with. He rear-ended Chris, and then tried to leave the scene. Tried to offer you money.
Yeah.
Tried to leave the scene. Chris reaches in, takes the keys out of the guy's vehicle so he couldn't leave, and then he showed. Chris had a concealed carry and license, and he's a professional security guard, so he advised him not to leave. Police came.
Yeah.
And then the story got even crazier from a legal point of view, because it ended up being a case against Unique Insurance. It was an underinsured case because the mom of this guy said that he took the car from her. So we filed probably 3 or 4 lawsuits in this case. Over a couple of years. We tried a case. The mom said he took it. We said that's bogus. We fought that, but then let's get the easier money for the uninsured, but then the uninsured wouldn't offer anything, so we tried the uninsured case. And remember when we walked in to try the uninsured case, and the guy said, "I don't even know why we're here." And we're like, "Well, you've delayed this for..." I'm happy to say that on TV because I've proven it in a couple cases. So then we ended up tried the case in Illinois. You guys took the stand. You did a great job. You did wonderful. What did you think of that trial?
I'm just grateful that all this is over, and I appreciate again everything that you guys have done for both me and my family. So thanks again.
Thank you.
Yeah, you guys are awesome. So if you need a lawyer, Gary's your guy.
Yes, he is.
And Chris, what's your experience with our firm, and what's your message?
Well, my message is clear. You know, a lot of people, I was speaking to Casey off camera, and, you know, a lot of people, they fear insurance companies and they fear these things, but if you reach out to the right lawyer, you don't have that burden, because your lawyer, if you have a good lawyer, he's going to handle that. He or she's going to handle that for you. And there was no time where I felt alone in this whole incident or this whole process, because Gary made it very easy for my daughter and I. He took the whole process on his own back. He really did. He and his staff were awesome. So if anyone is looking for a great lawyer, Gary Berger's your guy.
You can say that all day. We're going to keep going for a couple more hours. No, just kidding. But Chris, you've dealt with other lawyers many other times.
I have.
What'd you think about the attitude of our firm in terms of not backing down, not giving up, always trying to do it? Because we had hurdle after hurdle thrown.
Sure.
I mean, your case is a law review question in and of itself. Law review questions, they say, or law exam questions, they try to throw in every issue you can. I mean, we had every issue in your case.
Well, I'll be honest with you. There was a point a couple of years ago where I had simply given up, and you, in return, called me and said, "No, we're not going to quit. We're going to keep fighting. I'm going to go through every emotion I could possibly go through. I'm gonna make you guys whole again." That's what he explained to my daughter and I, that he's going to make us whole again, and he absolutely did that. There was times again I gave up. I had enough of it. But you fought a battle. You fought a battle that I didn't even think, it wasn't even. It wasn't even a fair fight at times. I mean, you're going after these big insurance companies, and it was a David and Goliath story where you refused to give up. And even though our depositions, even after our depositions, I think the key moment we were given depositions against Unique, and the gentleman had said something that you felt was disrespectful to your clients, which was my daughter and I, and you said, well, you know what? I'm going to go after you guys on bad faith.
I don't remember that, and I did.
He said something about he thought we were faking our injuries or something.
Yeah, and you said, I found that very appalling, and you said, I'm going to go after you guys on bad faith. You know, you just really tick me off here, you know, and your passion, I thought you were going to come across the table. I actually, for one moment, I kind of felt sorry for the insurance guy on the other side. I said, well, man, to get some security in here to to referee this deal.
He said, do you realize what you just said?
Well, one of my great pleasures in doing this is meeting you and people like you. And, you're such a salt of the earth, hard worker. You're all about your family,
oh, sure.
Your kid, your older son, the other kids you take care of, and the work you do, and you don't make any excuses.
No, there's not.
And you're like the great client, because you got knocked down, but you got back up, and you're going to keep getting back up. So that's my job, is to get back up for you too, and to fight you, because that's one of the things one of the blessings that I have in my life is, and the reason why I do what I do is I hate bullies. Right. I've always hated bullies since I was a kid, and so I get to fight the bullies, and I get to fight the Unique Insurances and the other people. So not only did we, from a legal side, not only did we take every dime of uninsured coverage, we also sued them for bad faith, litigated the case, did that, and then we were resolved.
Well, you even went after the young man. You went after the young man. I think we were awarded a $125,000 judgment that we'll never see against the young man.
Yeah.
We did.
So
we tried that case and got that.
Every avenue was journeyed down. So he went through every avenue that he could possibly.
It was a method to the madness.
It really was, and at times I didn't understand it. I didn't understand his method. And I said, well, what makes this guy tick here? I mean, this guy's got to literally be Superman. I asked my daughter, do you think he's from this planet? This guy can't be from this planet.
We're going to do this a couple more hours, as I've said before. Well, if that's kind, you guys.
Pleasure even being in the same room with you.
Well, that's kind. Well, I can't say enough about you. Just the way you run your life. You're so not every client of my clients are like you. So no, it's all good, because when people get injured, they go through hard times. You know how it is. You're stressed financially.
Sure.
You have an injury. You have pain. I mean, we've talked about in your case, you treated for a while, but you still have back pain.
I do.
You still do this.
For the rest of my life.
Car seat you do. The other thing, I remember all the things. And we brought out the details of this when you guys took the stand in that case. We sat and we told the judge about that, and that's why he entered the verdicts for both of you guys. So we have those judgments. Those don't necessarily be all collected, but we were through the other evidence. We were able to get a lot of it. So these checks are for you guys. It's tax free to you. Don't even put it on your tax return. And then any other messages for folks? That's the other thing, and I won't go too much longer. People are already probably tuning out because these videos, but there's always different ways to get to a recovery, and that's one of the things one of the things that makes me tick. I don't like bullies, but I love being creative and having fun from a legal point of view. So we try to go this way, they block us. We go over this way, they block us. We go this way, they go this way. So there's different ways to get the remedy for our clients, and that's one of the things that I try to be diligent on and continue to hone my craft and do that stuff so that I can go. When I get a roadblock in one place, we're going to go find another place to get it.
Sure. Well, patience. That's one of the things you guys taught us.
The patience of Job.
It's the patience of Job, and it goes back to the biblical times, and we had to exercise a lot of patience. And in most car injuries, most cases where there's an injury, the person that's been injured really wants to be past it. There's a moment where they just want it out of the way. They don't want it lingering.
I said, well said.
But in order for you to be made whole, you're gonna have to exercise some patience. You just have to exercise patience when it comes to these things, because again, a few years ago, I kind of told you, well, you know what? I just want to be done with it. Let's just get past it. Let's just quit. Let's just whatever, let's just quit. And you said absolutely not. So you experienced a patience thing many years ago, and you taught me something. And I'm an old man. But I didn't.
My beard had more gray than yours.
Yeah, but look at it now. but you're never too old or too old to learn anything. And I learn something every day, and we'll die learning. All of us will die learning. But I got to tell you, I've dealt with a million lawyers. I've had my deposition taken several times in different cases. I've never met a lawyer as personable as this guy right here. I've never met anyone that actually cares. Lawyers are supposed to take your money and fix your problem. And if they can't fix your problem, you meet them somewhere in the middle. But this guy held our hand for 5 years. He held our hand for 5 years. He didn't quit. Every time I called Casey took my calls. If she didn't take my call, she would call me right back and say, Chris, you just called. Those are the things that's important. You will have a million friends when the lights are on. When the lights go out, how many friends will you have then? When you really need those people. The lights were out. They still held our hands. I just think that's rare. In law, this guy runs into 1 million people a day. He's handling 1 million things a day. How does he have time to hold my hand?
Well, thank you. My honor, but you inspire people to do that for you around your life. I'm sure I'm not the only one because of the energy that you put out and the character of the person you are. Most cases don't take this long, though, so
I'm pretty sure they don't.
Yeah, no, they don't. Most of ours, we get them done quick. We had the crazy, the collection of events of no insurance, a jerk insurance company having to try the case against the other people, then go after the bad faith claims. So we had, I remember they also sued you. Do you remember State Farm sued you?
They did.
The other insurance company sued us. So I think there was more lawsuits, but we representing you in everything for part of our fee, and are proud to do it.
You did. And not to mention, he cut his fees. He slashed his fees so that my daughter and I can receive some compensation after 5 years. Who does that? I thank you.
Thank you.
God bless you.
My pleasure, my distinct pleasure. So great to represent you. All right, Burger Law, give us a call. You know the numbers. Check us out on Facebook. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Gary. Thanks, Casey.